Now, Effective Communication with Phil Zeller, CEO, Dale Carnegie, Southwest Michigan.
Just thinking about this puts a smile on my face. This was hilarious. Welcome to Effective Communication. Phil Zeller with you. It's an honor to be with you. I get often asked, hey, Phil, can you come to our conference? Can you give us a keynote speech? Can you rally the troops? Can you bring the team together? Can you help us pitch a product or a service? And I'm like, hey, let's have some fun with it. And I got invited to one conference, a large national organization here in North America. And they said, hey, Phil, can you run a keynote speech for us on change? On change. On change, yes, change, because they really wanted help with the mindset of their people to be able to cope and deal with change and get through change. And we were talking a lot about change management. So I came in, the first thing I did when we started the presentation is I put a picture of a little baby up on the big, huge screens. So all around these people are looking at a little baby. And I said, who likes change? And I said, this guy. Of course, a baby likes change. Change my diaper, right? They don't even verbalize it, but they want their diaper changed. And then, it's funny about it is because you go through life and you realize, about the only person does really truly like change is a baby. And then you watch people get older in life and they like less and less do they like change. They start to get stuck in their ways. Well, I had a gentleman stop me last week. I was in a large organization. He pulled me aside and said, hey, Phil, can I talk to you for a second? I got a real big challenge. And you're the guy that can help me out. And I said, what's going on? He said, we've got this guy who's been working for us. He's coming up on retirement. He's 65 years old. And the guy has just been an amazing employee. And he's worked us for like 36 years. Amazing employee. But the last couple of years have been really rough. And I said, how so? And he said, well, that's my challenge. They've been rough. As he gets older, he's kind of like Scrooge, Phil. He's starting to get a bit crotchety in his old age. He's a little ornery. He's a little angry. And he has no patience for other people. And so what he's doing is what these younger people are bringing on the floor that he's working with is that he's not showing any patience with them, and he's telling them what they're doing wrong. He tells them they don't know what they're doing. And this is really not the way to go out on his career. And I've tried to talk to him about this, but he doesn't listen. He doesn't want to hear it. He just gets frustrated with me, and he's not changing. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I want to be a better leader for him, and I want him to have a great retirement. I don't want him to leave here like it's been the last couple of years and think this is how he felt. Because I just don't know what else to do. And I said, here's the cool thing about it is you do know what to do. And he's like, well, no, I don't, Phil. That's why I'm asking you. I said, sure you do. You have said he had a great career, 30 plus years. So if I asked you specifically, give me 2 or 3 things that he specifically did that were really great for this organization, could you give me that? He goes, oh, absolutely. All day long. That's easy. Great. So what I want you to do is I want you to write down some of the things that he did, specifically him, that were great for this organization, things that he can take pride in and that he can feel good about. And then I want you to share with him why you appreciate him for doing these awesome things for this organization for all these years, and use a couple of these examples. And ask him, what does he think about when you share all the accomplishments he's had in the organization with him? Odds are he's probably going to feel pretty good about that, because go back to chapter 1 of How to Win Friends and Influence People. Even Two Gun Crowley and Al Capone didn't speak poorly of themselves, and people don't typically speak poorly of themselves to other people. So odds are he's going to take some pride in understanding when you give him specific evidence of things he did to help the company. And when he takes pride in that work, you appreciate him for taking pride in that work. And you remind him that's who he is. And then get him to agree to that. And odds are he will, and that most people will. 99% of people, and this is effective communication, 99% of people will agree when you're praising them with specific evidence, and they can't deny it, that this is something that good that they did that helped the company. They're going to accept that because they don't hear it often enough. We talked about that before. So they accept this. Then once they accept this, ask them how do they want to be remembered by the company. And they're going to share with you, I want to be remembered for that stuff. And then say, how do we make that happen the rest of your career until you retire? And put it back on them to help you solve the problem. And when you deal with this people, when you deal with people this way, you give them praise and appreciation for what they've done, show them what they've done specifically, and then put it back on them. How do we keep this out front so it stays this way, so you can always take pride in the difference you made here and allow them to solve the problem. This is great leadership, my friends. This is great communication. And when you do this with people, what they'll do is they'll own their situation. They'll own the way they're behaving, because they're going to start to realize it's not going to end up the way they want, because that's not who they are. And when you relate to people who they are, you'll get what you want. Now go make it happen, my friends.